Hello, my name is Sherika Allen, and this is my interpersonal communication project for Human Services 508. Next, we will be discussing what is communication, identifying an overarching goal, define and enlarge the conversation, define behavioral blend, discuss my specific plan and also background and how it impacts my interpersonal communication. Barriers in interpersonal communication and how to change them will be discussed, solutions to internal and external noise pollution, and the plan of action after understanding different types of communication. Next. So, what is communication? Communication is what happens when people talk and listen to one another. There are different forms of communication. Two forms are nonverbal communication, which is verbal cues like body language, eye contact, and also verbal cues, which is basically talking out loud. Next. Overarching goal. It is difficult to understand others until we learn to listen effectively to ourselves. My overarching goal is to understand my internal thoughts before speaking. Self-control and awareness is important because I usually do not think before I react. I usually just react to a situation without giving it any thought. Together, they allow you to have more choices about how to act when you are feeling an intense emotion. Next. There is a direct link between the quality of your communication and the quality of your life. Schaefer explained that the mindful listening is the ability to receive the spoken word, accurately retain information, sustain attention, attend to your own responsive speech, and encourage the speaker. I can honestly say this is the listening skill that I like. I usually only listen to certain words that triggers my listening. These words are usually negative for some reason. I have carried this on into my career, which is unhealthy. I have given my clients advice and I know it has gone in one ear and basically out the other. I need to work on being mindful because they could be telling me something that may be important and I could be sitting there ignoring it. When I need to vent about something, I try to put a disclaimer out there at the beginning because I realize some people just need someone to listen. So I just usually say, I just need you to listen, or just don't say anything. So according to Stewart, self-disclosure is revealing to another person how to perceive and are reacting to the present situation and giving any information about yourself. So it's basically, I believe in order to build a rapport with the person, you have to tell them something about yourself in order for them to open up, to trust, and talk to you. When you tell a person how to react or overcome a situation, that lets them understand you in a different way. So empathetic listening focuses on the other person's thoughts and feelings. Next. When people overload themselves, it is hard for them to communicate effectively. When people are able to be good listeners, they will also be in a better emotional state. Peterson explained that communication is represented in a person's brain, heart, and stomach. So each of these body parts represent a part of the communication process where words can be seen and distinguished by the person listening. Basically, it's called the listener. The thought area of the person's speech is at the brain. This is the place where people determine which words to use and how. The emotional area is the stomach. This is the area that determines the what. When all of this information is put together and words are spoken, this is the heart. If a communicator is able to balance all three at the same time, this is basically called productive communication. Next. So I'm going to discuss my background. I'm an African American female. I live in a single parent household with my son. I'm a full-time mother, a college student, determined, and also I'm motivated. My positive things about myself is I have family values, intelligent, a leader, open to change. Negative aspects of me is a risk taker, hard to concentrate, very spontaneous, and too straightforward. Next. So behavioral blend. Behavioral blend explains that everyone has a predictable pattern of behavior because of their personality makeup. So Carbonell created a DISC model to describe the four basic temperament types: D, I, S, and C. So basically, this describes how a person thinks, acts, and feels. Next. So this is the list of the DISC personality types. D is for active task-oriented, I is for active people-oriented, S is for passive people-oriented, and C is for active task-oriented. Next. So I took the uniquely you assessment, and my personality type was determined by two things, which was expected of me as SI, and this is me as CIS. In both cases, the DISC method judges me as being sensitive, subordinate, and inspiring, influencing. The This Is Me section added a C, which is cautious and calculating. I believe understanding oneself is the key to effective communication. I similarly believe that this comes chiefly through self-reflection. Personality tests are undoubtedly a good tool for someone beginning the journey of understanding themselves. So basically, and sometimes no personality type prescribes could hope to highlight the nuisance unique to the individuals and the reasons of my personality type. The dominant suggestions was that I become more defensive. However, in real life, I'm extremely defensive, despite some notable deficiencies in the profile fit. Next. Behavioral blend. This is a list of the different behaviors that I discussed from the DISC, the DISC, so you can take a look at them and see where you might fall into place at. So positive influences for behavioral blend is giving support to another person in your environment, basically encouraging them, especially for those that are hurt, and trying to adjust to change, because change is difficult in people's lives. Being a risk taker and open to suggestions of other people's needs. The negative influences is being too opinionated, being demanding, and struggle with making the right decision. Next. Barriers. There are many different barriers to communication. Barriers could be fatigue, negative self-talk, challenging conversations, disclosing, and also speaking up. Next. Solutions to barriers. Understanding yourself, distinguishing between what is important or not, use positive self-talk, self-disclosure, information, listen before speaking, and be aware of that okay attitude. Next. Distractions. There are two types of distractions, which is noise pollution, internal and external. So noise pollutions are factors that influence us to be distracted from listening skills. Next. There are internal noises, and there are also solutions to internal noises. Selective hearing, just be patient. Emotional listening, remain positive. Biased listen, process information. Fatigue, do not allow past experiences dictate your present listening skills. Next. External noise. Multitasking, just complete one task at one time. Loud noise, go to a place where there's less noise. Talker speaking fast, just ask the listener to repeat yourself for clarification. Outside scenery distractions, find a quiet place free from distractions. Next. A plan of action. Have self-awareness to learn from past mistakes. Listen carefully. Ask for clarification when information is misunderstood. Paraphrase information received. Respect others and their opinions and also their values. And time management skills. These are the references that I found the information from. Hope you enjoyed the presentation.